So we were talking about the end of this video. We were talking about what you would say to the people who are going to click your links, but there's so much more that I want to know. I want to know how you came to such incredible writing, being self-educated. Did you read like a crazy person? I mean, just read. Are you a voracious reader?
I was, especially when I was a teenager and through my early 20s before I started having kids. I don't feel like I read as much, once kids entered the picture. I didn't do anything. I didn't even sleep actually when kids entered the picture.
Who does?
So yeah, I mean, historically, yeah, I actually quit reading. This is kind of funny, for a couple of years, right before I started writing again. I have chronic migraine.
Oh,
and
sorry.
I was probably, out of every month, I probably had a migraine 20 to 25 days. And so it reached a point to where I had to go to the Cleveland Clinic. And they put me on a medication, which was awesome, because it really helped. But I could not dream and I could not read fiction. I could no longer visualize things in my mind. I know it's very hard to explain. There were a lot of weird side effects. So, and then even after I stopped taking the medicine, I'd say the side effects really didn't start to wear off. It took about a good 18 months. And I've heard this from other people who are taking the same medication. It could take several years before you go back to, if at all. Sometimes people, they never get some of that stuff back. Aphasia was pretty bad. I couldn't remember the words I worked in a library at the time, and I had I remember I was like trying to say I was going to go out and shelve the books, and I couldn't remember the name. The thing that you put the books on, that thing.
Oh,
I just
wow.
couldn't come up with the word shelf.
Wow.
So yeah. So I still, and to be honest, that's when I could read nonfiction though. And that's when I discovered a real love for nonfiction. And I would say even today, nonfiction is probably what I read. I probably read 70% nonfiction and 30% fiction. Yeah. Yeah. Just because I kind of got in that habit, I couldn't read fiction during that time. So yeah, I kind of leaned on. I still liked reading though. And that's what I read. I learned how to do all kinds of stuff.
I wonder if that has affected your voice and is what makes it so unique. Everything seems so real, incredibly real.
I hate my writing actually. So when people say they like it, I don't know. I don't know why. I really couldn't tell you why. I write and rewrite until I hate it the least, and I'm tired of looking at it. And that's my whole process.
But you have an editor, right?
I do, yes. I send everything to her, except for I didn't have the funds. I had saved up. I started this entire thing with $100. And by the time season 2 had come out, that we had heard about bonuses, but it takes 60 days for them to hit your account. So I didn't have the money to pay an editor. So season 2, actually, I rolled that out without an editor, which was very nerve-wracking. And so it took even longer to write it because I was really editing myself a lot. And now she just went through and she just did season 2 so that I could put out the book. So it'll be edited for the book version. But other than season 2, everything is edited before I post it.
Wow. So,
yeah.
So I've been in since September and I haven't not seen a bonus. So your first bonus was when?
I want to say they started talking about it in August, if I remember. I have a terrible memory. I think it was August, because a lot of people were discouraged. There was so imagine, no readers coming in, nobody heard of it, and also no money. Because what royalties really don't, right now, the way it stands right now, royalties aren't going to cut it. It's not worth the effort for royalties. So, you know, a lot of people were upset they were leaving the platform, and it happened pretty quickly, you know, because there was all this buildup and all this buzz. You know, we couldn't wait for launch. We couldn't wait for launch. And then it was just a bunch of authors looking at each other.
Yeah.
You know, and we, you know, read each other's work, of course. And then that later found out that was incredibly frowned upon. But at first we were the only readers, you know, we were the only writers and the only readers. So yeah, a lot of people quit early on. Then they started talking about bonus, which changed things, I think, significantly once those started.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so people have been on the show and they've told me that, you know, they had friends or whatever that were on the platform, then got off and then got back on again. I thought, wow, that's really, why would you do that with these good bonuses and stuff? I didn't know. I thought they had, this was something from the M&A, you know.
No. And even when they said there was a bonus, you know how that goes. We don't know what it is. So let's say they talked about bonus in maybe early August, beginning of August. When did we get that? You know, September, I guess, or something. November. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, because I mean, like, they paid us a bonus for July, even though they didn't tell us about, you know, it was retroactive.
So, I see. Yeah, you got
I
that.
think we got the first paycheck was probably September, I want to say, for July. And I remember mine was $83. I was ecstatic. I was like, I was on cloud nine. I texted, you know, I was excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my first one was 93. I was over the moon. Yeah. I was like almost 100, man. Almost 100.
Exactly. And I'm like, I can't believe I earned money doing something I love to do. I was like, you know, I can't believe it. I love it and I hate it. I don't know. It depends on the day. But
that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
It was very exciting.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to see all the things that are going to come from you, because you're going to be a household name.
Oh, I don't know about that. That would be great. I would love that. But
Naomi Alt, right? You are. Oh my God. You know, Chew. Somebody's got to pick that up. Somebody has got to pick that up and make a movie out of it.
That would be nice. I would love to watch that. I'd probably cry. I'll tell you, I got my first paperbacks, and when the box came, yeah, I cried. I'll just tell you.
Where is it? Where's the paperback?
It's in my office.
Go get it.
We're in my living room right now. I just remodeled the living room, so I thought it'll be nice to come up. There's actual color out here. My office is. What's that?
I want to see it. Go get it. Go get it. I don't. I'll entertain them while you're gone.
Do you want to? Can you pause?
I'm sure. I guess I can.
I gotta like.
And here we are back. There's the paperback. Hold it up higher. I want to see the. Whoa!
And it has the not for resale band on it.
Oh wow!
So,
oh my God!
Holding something that I wrote. Yeah, I cried.
I would have cried. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I want one. I got to get one. We're going to put a link to the book in the description, so you can get your own copy of Chew.
Yes, and it'll be available by the time this is live. It should be available too.
Oh, this afternoon? I won't be this afternoon because I'm going to have my
putting
husband throw it together.
You're putting it up this afternoon?
No, I'm not. I can't. Oh. Not if I have my husband sew it together.
Okay, gotcha. So, yeah, tomorrow it's live. Actually, the paperback is live today. It's kind of a long story. You can actually get this on Amazon today, if you wanted to, but everywhere else it'll be tomorrow. So.
Well, I will put a link to the Amazon source. So you're selling it elsewhere besides Amazon?
Yeah, I actually went. I decided to publish wide because it seemed like a lot of the zombie books were in Kindle Unlimited, and just kind of looking around at the genre, it seemed like there was a lot on Kindle Unlimited, and I kind of wanted it to stand out. And then also, it's not, very long. Like I said, it's only 43,000 words. And I think on Kindle Unlimited, I would rather put a longer work on there, because it goes by page read.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I decided to go wide. Plus I don't like the whole terms and conditions. The ones for Vela drive me nuts as it is. So signing up for more just didn't work for me. So yeah, so you'll be able to get it Barnes and Noble. It's available in the UK.
Oh my
Book
God, that's fantastic.
Depository. There's all kinds of major retailers. So
Have you gone to like Barnes and Noble and seen it on the shelf? Well, not yet, but you will.
well, I don't know if they'll carry it. I don't know if they'll carry it in the stores. And there's no way for me to look on Ingram to see what pre-orders I might have had or what retailers. I think it's not until it's live will I be able to see that. I'm not sure. I'm still learning all this stuff. So, matter of fact, just before we started talking, I was learning about Amazon ads. So I have a bunch of Amazon ads running, and I don't know how they're doing, but we'll find out.
For your book.
Yeah.
Man, this is going to be great. I know where to come now, with all my questions.
Well,
I have
I'm still
another
learning,
friend
but if
like
I can
you.
help you, I will.
I have another friend like you who can do anything. She just picks up a book and reads it and then does anything.
Yeah.
You're like that gal who was on the news maybe a year ago who, didn't have enough money to buy a house, but she had enough money to buy a lot.
Okay.
And watched YouTube videos and built a house for herself and her 4 kids, I think it was.
Really?
Oh yeah, by herself.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
got some help on the electrical and things like that, but essentially,
that's amazing.
Yeah, she poured her own foundation. It's a whole deal.
Well, I can tell you, it doesn't matter how many books or YouTube videos I watch. I can't handle a hammer or a drill. I am really terrible at those two things.
There's something I've got on her.
Yeah, I am terrible. Now we did the bathroom and we had to do the grout. I did all the grouch and I could paint. I painted all the walls and all that and the trim and the crown molding and all that stuff. But no hammers for me. That's just not going to work out.
Not a carpenter, didn't get the carpenter gene.
No, I'll hurt myself. That's the main reason.
But before you started Kindle Vella and started making decent money with bonuses, you were doing what? You were cooking or you were working in a library or what?
All of that.
All of the above, yeah.
All of that. So before lockdown, we owned some restaurants and we lost those to the pandemic. So, which is why I was home. But before that, I worked for 5 years at the public library as a clerk, and which was awesome. I loved it there. The only reason I even considered leaving was because an opportunity had come up for a restaurant, and we just decided we wanted to give that a try. So now, and I was happy to try the full-time writer thing, which is what I'd been doing. But then an opportunity came back up at the library. That's pretty awesome. So I interviewed and surprisingly got the job. I actually just started Monday, but I'm a culinary literacy specialist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
So
what does that entail? What is their vision of this culinary literary specialist?
So basically, I am in charge of doing programming. They have a huge addition that they're building, and part of the addition, there's going to be a classroom kitchen. It looks amazing. I finally just got to see it because it's still under construction, so we weren't allowed to get in there. But I got to take a look at it, and it looks like a Food Network studio. Oh my gosh, I actually got really nervous looking at it. I'm like, oh no, I'm in charge of this. This is just so awesome.
Are you going to cook on the channel?
So I'm going to, we'll probably do some cooking that we will record to put online for people to refer to, like a backlog, like a library of videos for basic kitchen skills and things like that people can watch through the public library's website. But it's a lot of like in-person programming for adults and kids and families. And yeah, so that's my job, is to think of things to do the programming for this brand new, classroom kitchen. I don't know. They've been doing, I just started this week, and I'm tired, but like in a good way. So
Now, did you have a predecessor or this is all new?
it's brand new, never existed before me. So
Well,
I'm nervous, but
they don't have anyone to compare you to.
that's what my husband said. He's like, you can't look bad. There's no one else for them to look at.
That's right, man. You got to do what you got to do. And, you know, I think that's great, but I hope it doesn't take away too much from your writing because you're so good.
Well, thank you. It was really hard. It was a really hard decision. Yeah, I don't know. I had many talks with my husband about it, just trying to suss out what I wanted to do. So you know, the idea is that I write at night, and in the morning I get up really early. I get up at 5 anyway. So, and I don't report to work till 8:30. So we're gonna try and do it around the job. If it gets to be too much, you know, I'll think about turning in a notice, because the writing comes first, and that's what we had both talked about, you know, up front, is that I didn't want to quit doing the writing. So
Because yeah, I'm seeing that indie writers, it's becoming glaringly apparent that your career as an indie writer is in your hands. There's no one
right.
else who's going to do this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've got to put the wood to it.
Yeah.
Make it
You know,
go.
but it's hard though, because even though, you know, I know we're getting bonus, but that's not reliable.
Mm-mm.
And it's hard to just keep plugging away, not able to plan financially. So this was a dream opportunity. It's not something that they'd
Oh
ever
yeah, this is
had
not.
before.
No.
And it's a steady paycheck, and I don't know. And the project itself, I'm just so excited about it. So
Yeah.
ultimately I just decided, you know, we're just gonna have to try it. You know, I'll just try to do both.
Absolutely.
I mean, this week,
Absolutely.
because it's my first week, I didn't write this week, but I planned for that. So
Right. And there are a lot of writers who work day jobs, awful lot of,
right,
you know.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm one of those. Hopefully I could do it successfully. I've certainly tried really hard to learn to write by dictation, but I can't get it. Kudos to everyone who can, but I don't know. My brain just doesn't work that way, no matter how many times I try to reprogram it.
You can't just speak a story out.
No. I don't know. I'll sit there, I try, and I get the headphones out and everything, and it just doesn't come out that way.
No. Mine flows through my hands too. I don't think I would be able to dictate into the computer.
Right.
I haven't tried it
You
yet.
do write so fast that way, but what I write is not worth doing anything. It's not worth anything. So what time did that save me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
well, I tell you, I have really enjoyed talking with you and having you on Hella Vella, and I am looking for great things from you. And I wish you all of the success that the writing world has to offer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you for being on here. And this is and I am saying bye, peace out till I see you again. And bye-bye to Naomi Alt, author of Chew. Everybody got to try that. Seriously, at least the first episode. Bye-bye now.